one and only Jose Benavides Sr. Congratulations, man. And the new WBC champion at 175 pounds. Obviously, not the way you would have wanted to happen, because I'm sure you wanted a fight. But what's your feelings on all this? That Bivol relinquished his belt.
Yeah, no, like you said, man. I wish we would have got a exciting fight and try to get those belts. How the people want to see the fights. And get crowned with a big fight. But man, we've been doing this for almost 5 years. Trying to get a world title, and finally we got it. B Bull didn't want to take the fight, so he vacated that belt, and David was next for it. So, but at the end of the day, we're gonna give you guys a good fight. We're trying to give you nothing but good fights, exciting fights, and I believe that B-Ball wants to fight Beterbiev still. Make the trilogy. I'm pretty sure that we'll get the winner or the loser of that fight. I don't think there's going to be no loser of that fight. The fights have been the same, kind of very very close, and whoever wants to fight David, I think it will be an exciting fight.
So, I mean, looking at all this, did you feel like this was gonna happen? Did you feel like they were gonna really enforce this to happen for Bivol?
Well, I always stay positive, man. At the end of the day, belts or no belts, we want to fight the best, and they were fair, and they made it happen. So uh but I never had no doubts or got frustrated or felt that it wasn't going to happen. I was very positive, and I was visualizing that it was going to happen, and thank God it did. And we're ready, a two-time world champion and two different divisions. And now what we got to do, we got to retain, and we got to give the fans what they want to see: good fights.
Tell me, why do you feel like the WBC wasn't able to do this for you guys at 168 pounds?
Like I said, man, I have no idea, man. Everybody knows that Canelo does what he wants to do, and at the end of the day, he's proven himself, and he worked so hard to make these fights happen. And I mean, everybody deserves, he deserves what he has, and uh, I don't know, man. To be honest with you, like I said, we're just proving ourselves. We want to give you guys the best fights. I have no control over it, and I'm not going to stress over it, and I couldn't tell you what happened or why. It's so hard and so complicated. But we're still here. We're trying to fight at 168, 175, and go to cruiserweight. Try to fight Zurdo Ramirez also. But now we got the WBC, so we have to defend it. So let's see what happens. Who's next in line to make it happen?
Um, Possibly Callum Smith.
He looked impressive. He looked really good. We were there. We watched him. He's one of them, I think, and Anthony Yard, I believe, it's
Anthony
another
Yard.
one. Anthony Yard, and whoever pops out next, I can't really tell you. This is very new to us right now. Super surprised, and I didn't think Bivol was just gonna leave the belt like that. So it's surprising. It's supposed to be tomorrow. It came a day before. So we're super excited, super happy. Whoever, man, we're here to fight whoever and give anybody an opportunity to fight for the WBC belt. And you know us, man. We don't run from nobody. We want to keep improving ourselves, and we want to risk. We want to risk and get motivated in order to keep advancing and learning more.
It's funny that that you say that, Coach. Is you're like, this is weird because you used to win him these big fights, right? And like people that get these opportunities, they glass for the glory. They're on their like 13th interview, like you're just like, this is weird, man. Like I get you. I
It's weird, man. Like I said, the good thing about it is that David has proven himself, and he should have been a world champion before. So it's not like they're giving us anything for free. He proved himself. Nobody wants to fight him. They'd rather fucking leave the belts than to face him. So that's a big accomplishment. So at the end of the day, we're proud of what we've done and where we're at, and we're willing to still defend that belt with anybody that wants the opportunity.
so among those two names that you mentioned, Anthony Yard and Callum Smith, who do you feel like is the better of the two?
We don't care, man. To be honest, at this point, whoever, like I said, we got to keep fighting. We got to keep proving ourselves. And to be honest, we really want to fight better before Bivol, and then the plan was try to fight Surdo Ramirez. Like I said, now let them fight, do the trilogy, and the winner or loser will take anybody. In the meantime, these other two fights are a little bit hard. They're not easy fights. Now we got to focus on whoever they put in front of us and then talk about the next fights.
Right, right. So, speaking of Callum Smith's, last fight, you said it was a good one with Boutier, I believe. I mean, it was a very, very close fight. I mean, looking at that performance, uh, what do you see David like in Callum Smith?
I don't want to. I don't want to be cocky, man. I don't want to, underestimate nobody or put anybody down. But I believe that Davis in another level. He's interim champion, right? He got a belt, right, that night. Callum Smith,
Yeah, the interim.
the interim. So he proved himself. He was a great champion. Uh, and he won. So whoever's there, whoever people want us to fight, will fight. I'm not gonna put him to the side and say that he's not a good fighter. He's a great champion, and he beat this other guy that I thought he was gonna beat him, and I think everybody thought he was gonna beat the other guy was gonna win, but he won. So it's a tough fight. So we're gonna whoever if the people want us to fight him, we'll fight him, and if they want to see the fight with Anthony Yard, we'll fight him too. So whoever is going to give us a challenge and it's going to be an entertaining fight, we'll definitely do that. Everybody knows that we don't run from nobody. We fight everybody, and we've proven ourselves. The last three fights of David have been really tough, and we want to continue doing that.
100%, 100%. Champy, thank you for the $5. Tell Senior Phoenix, Arizona always got Benavides family back. David is on his way to become another legend like Michael Carbajaro, Arizona's boxing most underrated.
Well, we're just trying to, like I said, we don't want to sound cocky. We're very focused on what we do. I think we're getting more experience, and David's getting super mature, and we're learning. I'm still learning. To me, all this is new. I never been here before. I never even in my life, in my dreams, thought I would be in this position. So we just have to keep grinding. We got to keep focused and discipline and keep working hard, uh, and see where how far we can go in boxing.
Right, right. Um, Obviously, anytime, they mention your son's name to Canelo Alvarez, he kind of like tries to like not want to say it anything or devalue your son by saying he hasn't did anything in the sport yet. um Now, accomplishing this and him beating William Skull, Terrence Crawford undisputed and stuff like that, is there any way that like that fight could happen, and what weight would it be if it was to happen?
Like I always told everybody, man, we can fight him at 168, 175, cruiserweight. At one point, he was going to fight heavyweight. But, with David, he puts every excuse in the book there is. $200 million, doesn't bring anything to the table. He's not a champion. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to come up with next. Obviously he does not want to face the Mexican monster. He doesn't want to fight David Benavides, and I respect that. To me, it's flattering. That he doesn't want to face David. If David was so easy, he would have chose him already. You know, I mean, he only chooses fighters that are coming forward, but they leave themselves open. They don't have good defense, and guys that haven't been look good. I would probably even say that he doesn't even want to fight Diego Pacheco, and he's right there, you know. Um, but he needs guys like Berlanga, like Mungia, and guys that don't. bring a lot of danger to his boxing.
Mm, mm. This is good. This is real good because we were wondering like, can he still make 168? You know what I mean? And if that was the case, is like, does that obviously helps Canelo? Obviously, if you guys get acclimated to 75, am I right? Or will it be a,
Well,
a problem?
well, there was not a problem fighting at 168. The only reason we went up to 175 is because there was no opportunities. There was nothing at 168. So, we're even thinking going to cruiserweight. You know, before this happened today, we were thinking about going and fighting Sulo Ramirez. I was just talking to his manager 2 days ago, and they said they wanted to make that. I'm all like, wow, you want to make that fight? Let's make it happen. It will be an easy fight because we want it too. You guys want it? I think that's a good fight for the fans. So I got super excited. I didn't think this was going to happen. Like I said, uh, and but we just want to prove ourselves. We want to give the fans what they want to see. They work so hard to pay their pay-per-views, and at the end of the day, man, we want to be remembered as fighters that we never ran from nobody, and we fought everybody, even though nobody believed in us, and we keep proving them wrong, uh, and that's what we like. And I think we kind of like this, we keep proving people wrong, and that's how you get people to like you a little bit more. And we just gotta continue to stay focused and keep working hard.
Tell me, how was that? I don't think you went to Saudi Arabia with David, but how was it? Did he tell you, you know, what was his experience like, and how was he treated?
Yeah, no, I did go with them, man. They flew us first class. Man, it was great. I never flew so long, I had a bed in the airplane, it was beautiful. It was great. It was like, wow, when we got there, they gave us a hotel, super nice, super. Everybody got their own rooms. It was beautiful, man. It was amazing. Everything paid, even though we didn't drink, we didn't eat a lot. So, but everything was paid for it. First class, man. We went. They gave us ringside tickets. They treated us like royalty, and we didn't stay to see the fight because we had to come back right away, and our plane left at 2:30 in the morning, and the fights were gonna start at 1:30 a.m. So we're like, nah, man, we're not gonna make it. So we end up leaving. A lot of people said that they treat us bad. No, man, I want to thank Turkey Alashin for all that attention. It was great. The seats first class. The plane was first class. The hotel was first class. They treated us really, really good. I got to go to the Turkey Alashin's house, and it was great, man. It was a great experience. Going to another country that actually I always wanted to go there, just because I hear a lot from there. It was beautiful, man. The people were great. Everything was good.
And he's never even mentioned the Canelo fight.
Well, because Canelo doesn't want nobody to mention that fight. He doesn't want to fight
Not
David.
even
So
him.
yeah, if you mention Davis, like I think I'm gonna go with another promoter. you know.
Mm.
So I mean, they want to keep him happy, So at the end of the day, I think he earned his dues, and he could do whatever he wants. Like I say, I don't really trip anymore. I don't really care. We just know that we got to work hard, continue, and everybody has different paths, and we're trying to find ours, and we're doing great. We're in a position that we're super happy, but we got to continue working hard and keep grinding.
Were you able to see the rematch with Bivol and Beterbiev?
Yes, I saw it on the plane. I was, yeah, watching it, and to me it was kind of the same fight as the first fight. Very close fight. I gave the first one to be ball. I gave the second one to be ball. So I mean, the third one is probably going to be the same. To be honest, it's just going to be the same fight. Two great fighters and with a lot of experience. And to be honest with you, I didn't really see a lot of action because they're so good. I'm not saying that it was a boring fight, but they're just at that level. That they're good. They're good, and nobody really hurt nobody. and it was just like I said, it was super close.
You know, all aside of that, like you saying that, the trilogy might be just the same thing. Is that the reason why you feel like the boxing fans really believe that they want to see Benavides and Bivol now?
Uh,
There's
I
some
mean,
people that don't want to see the trilogy, honestly.
I don't want to see it. I mean, a lot of people don't want to see it because there was nothing exciting. But like I said, there was nothing exciting because they're so good. They're really good. But I think why not? Okay, let's make Beterbiev Benavides. The winner of that will fight Bivol. Let's make Bivol Benavides. The winner of that will fight Beterbiev. Does it make sense? I think that would have been a more interesting fight, and why not? And I think that once they do the trilogy, we can fight any of them. They're still going to be dangerous, both of them. I mean, it's a great fight for us. Bivol or Beterbiev, whoever we can fight the winner or we can fight the loser. And there's no losers to this, but whoever loses, because like I said, both fights are. I think they're going to be the same.
Do you feel like, all in all, David probably fight both of them?
I don't see why not. I mean, like I said, if we fight whoever loses and then fight the winner, does it make sense? And even though if we fight the winner, why not fight the other one? Because they're good, man.
There's
They're
not
both of them
enough
are.
people for you guys at 75.
But those
Re-
will be the biggest fights. I mean,
Biggest names,
these
yeah,
guys.
the best guys.
Yeah, these are the guys. Anthony Yar is there, Callum Smith is there. But I think these are the fights. Or we can fight these guys and then fight those guys. We don't care. If we need to prove ourselves to make those fights happen,